Good afternoon, all. Paul from CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday afternoon, June 23rd. Looking at Window Trader's market profile, the ES and NQ. Wacky day. So, a couple things. Well, one thing that I noticed I've never seen before. ES, I don't start counting if POC is raised or lowered to at least C period. Okay? Based on that, ES did not raise or lower their POC the entire day. I don't think I've ever seen that before in ES. I don't think I've ever seen it. NQ, on the other hand, raised it early and then lowered it. However, NQ goes out with a minuscule trend day up. ES failed to hold trend. However, ES goes out with a nice price probe to the upside. ES also goes out with an outside day up. They took out Friday's low, Friday's high, and closed above it. NQ never took out Friday's high. They're still down on the daily. They did take out Friday's low. Righty takes out Friday's low, stretches their balance low, which I was using Wednesdays, and ends with an outside day up also, but they're still in balance. So look at Righty. I would call Righty a 6-day balance, okay? I'd use last Monday's balance high and Wednesday as the not Wednesday, today is the balance low now. ES, I'm still now going to use June 11th high. We'll look on the charts, but June 11th high is our balance high and today's low as our balance low. However, NQ is still down. Now, ES goes out with nothing but the price probe to lean on. NQ goes out with just a minuscule set of single prints. Righty goes out with the probe to lean on and a set of single prints that they got late in the day. Day started off tough for me. And before I get to my trades real quick, I'm telling you, man, if you don't realize how meaningless these headlines and news things are, okay, you really have some moronic traders out there and mindless machines. Okay, so we attack Saturday. Everybody's looking for the market to, gap down Sunday night huge. It gaps down not big and rips up. Spends A and B today going higher, right? Only to have these morons take it down again in F and G on a headline that, they sent 6 missiles over to one of our bases. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Not only did they shrug that off, they went and made new highs and went trend up NQ and probed an ES. So again, if the reason the market sold off Sunday night initially and in F and G today was because of Iran, well, why are we closing at the highs then? What changed? Stop looking at this crap, okay? It's detrimental to your trading, I'm telling you right now. So anyway, I took a short in A period against the 144 when we first opened, right? It came down. It took out Friday's low in NQ. It came back up against it. I took a short and they kept running against me. And I took a decent sized loss on it. However, I totally flipped long then in A period. And the majority of the day in A period then on pullbacks, I was looking for longs once it got above the 144 in the opening. B period, I got A's high and the overnight high, smoked that one. C, I missed the IB high, but did well with single prints and ebb and flow. And even in D period, I was long versus single prints initially. And then once we stopped, and against the one-time framing up initially, then we finally stopped it. But so I took back everything I was down on that first short and more through D period. F period, took a long thinking we could have a potential afternoon pullback. I did okay. Once it got below the opening, game over. I'm like, I'm going to watch it. And then in G period, I actually got the short to take out the IB low. And then in J period, I was long versus the single prints. In NQ and in K, bought the first single print fill, which paid also. So after one really poor trade to start, did very well the rest of the day. I think we saw the market very well. So a good start to the week. But some real funky stuff there, especially with that POC not being raised. We got both sides of the IB, and we have an outside day up. Now, keep in mind, NQ had an outside day down coming into today. It was an absolute catastrophe. So just because we have an outside day up doesn't mean we're going to be going higher tomorrow in ES and righty. But we'll see how it reacts. And then chart-wise, so again, the monthly's up and healthy. The weekly, I said, I'm not going to be calling the weekly down just because we took out last week's low. You know, okay, we're one time framing down now for 2 weeks. But to me, we got to give the bulls a little bit of respect. So as of now, I'm using the week of June 2nd as my balance low. We'll see how the week goes. But for now, I'm calling the weekly still balanced. Okay? The monthly's up, the weekly is balanced, and the daily is balanced, right? Outside day up. I'm using today's low as my balance low, and I'm using June 11th high as my balance high. The same goes for triple Qs. We're still down because we never took out Friday's high. So now, for now, the daily is down in triple Qs. So we'll see if we can take out today's high to go back to balance. So, again, over average in NQ now, 49 million, and SPY's at 83 million above average. So SPY's really been kicking some butt, getting above average volume, which has been pretty interesting and doing better volume than triple Qs. Thanks so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, rest up, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.